Egypt and the classical world cross-cultural encounters in antiquity. The creation of new cultural codes, the Ptolemaic queens and their syncretic processes with Isis, Hathor, and Aphrodite. Arsinoe II. Another example of the transfer of characteristics between Ptolemaic queens and goddesses is the Egyptian designation of Arsinoe II as the perfect one of the ram, which she received at Mendes, in the Nile Delta. The Mendes stele is a vital source for Arsinoe's deification and further events that took place under Ptolemy II. The text of the stele refers to several royal visits by Ptolemy II or the Crown Prince, who dedicated the temple in 264 BC and installed a new ram between 263 and 259. The monument was probably created to celebrate one or both of these events, and one can assume that rituals were conducted during these occasions, as depicted, at least in the form of a conceptual idea, if not a real event, in the lunette. In line 11, Arsinoe is praised with the following epithets. Her titulary is established as Princess Great of Favor, Possessor of Kindness, Sweet of Love, Beautiful of Appearance, who has received the Tuure, who fills the palace with her perfection, Beloved of the Ram, the Whole One, the Perfect One, of the Ram, Sister of the King, Great Wife of the King, whom he loves, Mistress of the Two Lands, Arsinoe. After being designated Beloved of the Ram, Arsinoe is called the Whole One, the Perfect One, of the Ram. This epithet is very rarely attested in Egyptian texts, usually as a designation of Isis. In the Ptolemaic temple at Aswan, the goddess is praised in a hymn dating to Ptolemy VI Philopator 221–205 BC. One of Isis's epithets is identical to Arsinoe's on the Mendes stele, Beloved of the Ram, the Perfect One of the Ram. In the Temple of Calypso, dating to the time of Augustus, an exact copy of this Aswan hymn can be found, with one exception. Isis is called Beloved of the Ram, with Kaishnum replacing the Ram of Mendes as the local god in the second part. In the pronouns of the Temple of Hathor at Dendera, which dates to the end of the Ptolemaic period, the epithets are repeated twice in a hymn to Isis and its corresponding inscription. Cleopatra VII herself is praised there as the female Horus, daughter of a ruler, adornment of the Ram. These attestations of the epithet perfect one of the Ram in Aswan, Calypso, and Dendera appear in basically the same text, but in different versions, with Calypso and Aswan preserving extended ones. Both Arsinoe II and Isis received the epithets. Arsinoe's title is, at least so far, first attested on the Mendes stele, which was created under Ptolemy II. It is not until 2 generations later that Isis is attested with this title in her Temple of Aswan, dating to Ptolemy VI. On present evidence, it thus appears as if Arsinoe received this specific title first, but a series of connected epithets is known from the queen's titularies in the Old Kingdom. The use of the Perfect One of the Ram for Isis was probably meant to strengthen the goddess's role as a queen by assigning her an epithet of Arsinoe, the dynastically powerful queen par excellence, rather than the other way around. Isis's universal rulership is described in Dendera, for example, where she is identified as the Queen of Upper and Lower Egypt, the female sovereign of the sovereigns, the excellent female ruler who rules the rulers, mistress of lifetimes, female regent of years, who performs perfectness in the circuit of the sun disk. In addition, Isis is described as the queen of the Rekete people, which also evokes her royal power. This explains why her name is written in a cartouche when she is designated, but she remains also a mother who guarantees her son Harzis's ascent to the throne.